Hey guys, you're never going to guess what I'm going to talk about today. Hey you guys, I'm HonestR. I hope you all have a great day. And today, obviously, we're going to talk about Star Trek. But not just Star Trek, we're going to talk about Star Trek Operation Enterprise, which is a new roller coaster ride in Movie Park, Germany. But since I am a fan of Star Trek and also kind of a big fan of roller coasters, I decided to make a video about this new roller coaster and little plaza of Movie Park, Germany. For you guys that aren't familiar with Movie Park, Germany, obviously this theme park is in Germany near Bottrop. I don't know how to pronounce it in German. Anyway, it's a movie/TV based theme park, much like Universal Studios or MGM. Only this park is like a lot smaller, but it's still fun to go to. Other rides include like The Walking Dead, Ice Age, you've got Van Helsing roller coaster. But I'm going to talk about their newest edition, which opened in June 2017. It's called Star Trek Operation Enterprise. But first, before I get to the roller coaster, let's talk about the area in general, because they have their own little area in the park between the New York area and the Wild West. It's not that very big. You can probably walk to the entire plaza in a half minute. What they have over there is, well, of course they have the ride, Star Trek Enterprise. That's the only ride they have at the moment. I don't know if they're going to make more Star Trek rides in the future, I hope so. You can find a little shop at the center of the plaza, and they have this big Star Trek insignia, so nice photo opportunity over there. They have all the Federation flags. You have from Star Trek, Starfleet, the United Federation of Planets, Starfleet Medical, Engineering, a whole bunch of flags. That I thought was a nice touch on the plaza. And then you've got these nice little details. I saw, like in a corner of the plaza, I saw the emblem of Red Squad, from that special squad from the Deep Space Nine. Of course, you can't go without a replicator. They have a replicator unit, but unfortunately you can only take coffee from the replicator unit, which is kind of sad. I really wanted to take an Earl Grey, but alas, you only can take different kinds of coffee. So right next to the replicator unit you have the hollow deck, where you can sit in one of the chairs of the roller coaster to see if you're able to sit in it, so you don't have to wait in line for nothing. The ambience with music I thought was great. You hear all the different kinds of Star Trek music, from Star Trek from the Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine. Now, like I said, in the middle you can find the Star Trek shop, which has a lot of Star Trek items. Unfortunately, you cannot buy any of the official uniforms. They have you can buy the t-shirts with the pips on it from what I thought it was a commander. You can buy Spock ears, you can buy these mugs, you can buy some art, and there was some tribbles you can buy. Unfortunately, you could not buy any of the Enterprise models, like this one I have over here. I bought this somewhere else. So I was kind of disappointed that you couldn't buy any real-life models of the Enterprise D or E or whatever Enterprise you prefer. So this was kind of disappointing. So I also bought this hat over there. This was around 25 euros, and this mug was around 13 euros. So it is kind of expensive, but that's what I would expect from the shop anyway. Now let's go talk about the ride itself. It's called Star Trek Operation Enterprise, and it's, like I said before, it's a roller coaster. It's a launch roller coaster, but before we get to the roller coaster, let's talk about all the things happening around the roller coaster. So this ride is the Next Generation themed, and it has a little story going on that is not, it's a terrible story, and unfortunately none of the original actors make like a cameo appearance. So it begins that the Enterprise is in trouble and you get beamed to the Enterprise bridge. That I must say looks very good. It's nice, it's great to be on the Enterprise bridge again. Although it is a lot smaller than I think in the one that was in Las Vegas, the Star Trek experience over there. But it's still great to be over there. The layout is correct and you see all these monitors flickering with sensors and everything. And they got this nice view screen where they play a part of the story. So that part I really liked. Unfortunately, like I said before, the story isn't great. So like I said, you get beamed down to the Enterprise and then you go to the shuttle area, which is actually the roller coaster, and then you go on a mission to save the crew of the Enterprise. Now I must say also the CGI that's used on this story is very terrible. It's unbelievably terrible. I cannot believe they choose to include some weird CGI background. Why didn't you just use one of the backgrounds from like Voyager or the Next Generation series? I don't know, but it looks terrible. So I hope they will change that in the near future. So the waiting line itself is kind of pretty great. They have all this information about the crew of the Enterprise. You see a model of the Enterprise, and they show up all these sections of what is what. And they have some props here and there. So they have this Borg cube somewhere, and they have this Borg outfit somewhere. And in the main waiting area, they have this huge monitor which shows the Star Trek database that shows all the characters and ships, and just a little bit of nice information just to get to the waiting line. Another nice detail about the waiting area and the story, of course, that it has some real actors and they all wear the official the Next Generation uniform. So that was a kind of nice touch. Even one of the guys was wearing a pad with what it looked like the LCARS menu system, of the LCARS operating system. So that was a kind of nice touch. So, but now the roller coaster itself, is it good? Is it great? Yeah, it's pretty great. What kind of roller coaster is it? It's a sit down and you get launched. It's a launch roller coaster. It's not that long, and the ride it takes about 1.5 minutes if you count from the departure of the station, but maybe around 50 seconds from the actual launch. So what will happen is that you'll launch forward, then you will fall backwards again, and you get launched backwards again, and then you fall back forward again, and then you get launched for a third time to the front. And at top speed is around 19 kilometers an hour. It isn't really that fast. It has a few corkscrews, but it goes kind of slowly through those corkscrews. So especially if you're in the middle of the train, then you get this feeling that you're falling out of the train. But they have some fast corners, so it was a pretty great ride. Now, like I said, I've rode this a couple of times. I did the front seat, I did in the middle, and I did in the back. I thought the most fun was in the middle because you get that falling out of your chair when you do that corkscrew. I thought the front was kind of boring because you're already past the corkscrew before you get the feeling that you will fall out. On the backwards launch, you don't get to see that in depth, so that is actually my second favorite option of this ride, was completely in the back. So when you get launched backwards and you get to a halt, you'll see way more into the depth, into the oblivion. So that's what I recommend. I go for the middle, then maybe second place is in the back, and the first place is in the front. Of course, you also got your photo opportunity. I didn't really buy it. It was €8 if you wanted to buy a picture. If you want more, I think it was 2 photos for €15 or 14. But you also get a digital copy. So what would I give this ride? I think if I count all of the things in, like I said, it is a bad story. The CGI used on the story is terrible. But the Enterprise bridge looks very good. All the crew wears all the uniforms, the waiting area looks great. It will kill some time if there is a big line. So the ambiance is I think it's very good. The ride itself, although it is kind of short, I thought it was very fun to ride. So I would give this Star Trek ride a 9 out of 10. If you count the overall experience. If I just go with the roller coaster itself, I will probably give it an 8 because, like I said, it's a little bit short. It could have been a little bit longer. So yeah, that was the roller coaster. So what I thought about the plaza itself, well, it's kind of small, but that's expected with only one ride. So the decors, they looked good. Unfortunately, everything is in grey, and I don't think Starfleet Academy or Starfleet headquarters, everything is in grey. At some places it looks a little bit too fake, so that's unfortunate. But in other places, like the Star Trek insignia with the flags and the entrance of the ride, it looks very great. So I thought there was some very nice details, like the Red Squadron. They had this replicator unit. So yeah, I would give this Federation Plaza, I would give it an 8. So that will bring the total of this Star Trek experience around an 8.5 if I count the 9 and the 8. So that's what I thought about this newest edition of this theme park. I thought it was pretty great. So if you happen to be in Germany and you love Star Trek, you love roller coasters, go check this theme park out. So that was it for this review. Give this a thumbs up, like, share, whatever. Consider subscribing. If you want me to talk a little bit about about Movie Park Germany a little bit more, then leave some comments down below and maybe I'll make another video about it. I don't have any more footage, I only had the footage of the Star Trek area, but I can talk a little bit about the different rides more. So, like I said, give this a thumbs up, maybe subscribe, that would be great. And otherwise I'll see you next time. Bye!